folks. Hey, Jeffrey, man, I guess, yeah, there you go. I guess whoever hasn't been to your website and bought your books and membership to subscribe to your letter, they're few in number because everybody, man, they're buying it up like hotcakes. Congratulations to you.
Yeah, it really helps because as you know, I'm trying to avoid having to go back to teaching, and I'm just trying to get this all set up. And to have as many orders as I'm getting from Don't Tread on Me listeners is just really. I mean, I can't tell you how happy it makes me, feeling good and secure, and that I'm helping people. And yeah, you can just it's all on my website, antimatterradio.com, and the New World Order wants the New World Order to fail article. The two articles of mine I just referred to are right there on the homepage. And if you buy any of my books...
What's the special?
Yeah, I've got this special. If you buy any of my 3 books, Telementation, Corporatism, or The Telescreen, I ship either of my 2 movies with the book. One is the Illuminati or the Nephilim, 3.5-hour film, and the other is The Inner Starseed, which is all about telementation. And if you buy 2 books, I ship 2 free movies. A couple people did that as well. I was pleased about it. So,
that's cool.
Yeah, it's good news.
So, I kind of wonder this, how your take on, there's a lot of other things I want to get to, and I'm sure you do too, but I just want to touch on this. Your take on this perpetual up and down, almost prison break away from the Illuminati and then back in it we go, and it just goes on and on and on. Do you think that perspective actually comes from studying Buddhism, and that my take of some sort of finality, some big event, is actually due to my Christian background?
That's interesting. I never thought of that. I don't know. It's possible. I just think I've developed this, this idea just from looking at history. I mean, the 60s were viewed as a revolution. It was just more prison activities. All these revolutions are just more prison activities. Just the slaves in the prison just feel like they're free, a little more than usual. But they're, in the 60s revolution, it was well known that all the fashion and so forth, it was pre-planned before that by a lot of corporations to get that going, all the fashion and so forth, with a peace sign, which is just an upside-down cross, by the way, interestingly. Yeah. And, so it's, I don't know. I would tend to say no, but I'm not going to say a firm no. It's pretty interesting. I still think I'm right. Just by looking at what's going on.
Yeah, I think you're partially right, for sure. Hey, listen, have you ever come across William Cooper's teachings?
Yeah, a little bit, Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he is great. I tell you, that's who woke me up. And as with everybody, there's always stuff that people can use to attack you. That's because we're all flawed. We're all a work in progress. But with Mr. Cooper there, man, I tell you what, he did a show. I remember this vividly. We probably listened to 100 of his shows over the decade we're up there in Montana, and on the shortwave radio. And with shortwave, you hear it real good, and then it starts to fade. It's fading and fading and fading, and then it goes out, and then it's coming back in, and then it comes in, and then it's clear again, and you try to you have to assume or guess what was said when it faded out. It's really tough radio, unlike the satellite that most people are listening to now. But William Cooper did this show of where he was talking about that black, I don't know the name of it, but the Luxor, the Black Pyramid there in Las Vegas. And he was saying the way it was built, there was a sphinx out front and all that, and that when you went into it, there's this long ramp and there were these pillars, and he's describing it, and he went there and photographed it and all. And then he said that what they're doing is initiating people through the old Egyptian, ritual. And I just wanted to know if you think it is possible, I mean, with all the architecture that the New World Order uses and the symbology that they use, that they're actually ritualizing everything, that everybody is actually becoming initiated into the religion of the Illuminati.
Oh yeah. You get your degree when you graduate from college. I think I know Jordan Maxwell is on being attacked by many people. And, when you're on YouTube so much, I'm a big YouTube person, and there's a whole nother culture of conspiracy land on YouTube, which is just amazing and interesting. And there's huge, basically a lot of it consists of huge attacks against some of the legends like Ike and Tessarian and Jordan Maxwell and so forth. And fine. I don't think some of the attacks on Jordan Maxwell are something I agree with. There are some translation errors and so forth, but he's no Sitchin, who was just, I think, a complete fraud. But so let me answer your question. I lean on Jordan Maxwell to answer your question. I think that a lot of his analysis about just the whole world is real meticulous ritual. I agree with it, a lot of it, and it's the war emblems. I have never heard this in Jordan Maxwell, but just thinking off the cuff here, I think a lot of the war emblems, that we wear in World War II, these are ritual symbols for the sacrificial victims of the great ritual. And the whole thing down to a T is the 747, the 727, Flight 77. Was that the one that hit the Pentagon? All of these, every single thing. I would say the whole deal is just we live in a ritual world. This big prison, we just don't understand it. We think we're specifically taught in the universities everything's random and chance and nothing guides anything, and there's no secret plan behind it all or no secret order to the universe. But of course, the universities are just there to teach you exactly what's false and make it look real prestigious, like it's true. So you just take the opposite of what the university is saying, you might be in pretty good shape. And so take the world as being incredibly planned and so forth.
Wow. Well, it does. I think that's the going theory for conspiracy theorists, that it's all orchestrated. I have something to counter it, something I've been playing around with for a couple of years, and I want to shoot it past all of you and see if you can knock it down. We'll be right back. Okay, hey, I got good reviews, folks, if you want to go check out my blog on the last two stories that I shared growing up. It's called Growing Up Rough, and it's at my blog, bigjohnlipscomb.blogspot.com. If you do go over there and read it, there's a couple of polls that I've got over on the right-hand column. I'd appreciate your feedback on that. Those are going pretty well. I think you guys are about pulled out, though, because I've had, I guess it says I've done 88 polls over there. And I just find it interesting to know what you guys collectively are thinking. I always have this 6 or so people that hate me, but they can't stop reading everything I write, and probably they listen to every show. They never miss that. Hey, Jeffrey, so I think, we were talking about how Jordan Maxwell and all these others, Tessarian, and even William Cooper is the one that I think initiated it all, is that the Illuminati have orchestrated the placement of buildings and the architecture, and